Closed captioning for great tastes is presented by Dairy Farmers of Manitoba, committed to producing milk to the highest quality standards. Manitoba Liquor Mart presents Great Tastes of Manitoba. Great Tastes is brought to you by GreatTastesMB.ca. Local farms, local foods. Great Taste is sponsored by Manitoba Agriculture.
Here we are, another week. Great Taste of Manitoba. Scrumptious foods await. And of course, it's all about Dairy Best Brunch today. We have Sarah Cahill from Dairy Farmers of Manitoba. We're going to go over your recipes in just a second. And we have Aaron Alblas here, Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries, and we'll get back to you in a second. So this is all about preparing a lot of food for a lot of people, but very simply. So walk us through our recipes today.
Sure. So today we are making brunch. So our first recipe is going to be a brunch enchilada bake. Our second recipe is going to be a Manitoba strata, and we're going to end off with a baked oatmeal.
Baked oatmeal, a lot of like comfort sort of foods happening here. So what do we drink with brunch?
So brunch, typically mimosa. There will be no sparkling wine in this show. We're going to find a lot of variety that we can pair with brunch and with dairy.
Exciting. We will see you shortly.
You're back.
Very good. All right, enchiladas. The first thing I think when I hear enchiladas is I think cheese. And so we are doing that, right?
You're going to have actually cheese in a lot of different elements of this dish.
Fantastic.
So because this is a make-ahead dish, you can make it the night before, and I'd recommend doing that to make it a lot quicker in the morning.
This is fantastic, and I think this is something that we forget sometimes, right? So what have you made ahead?
Ahead, we've made some scrambled eggs. We added some milk to it just to fluff them up.
Countryside Farm Vita eggs, of course.
That's right. And then we've got our ground sausage, which is just a tube of ground sausage that we've cooked up.
Okay.
And then we've got our shredded cheese. Now the enchilada sauce, which is a cheesy enchilada sauce, can be made the night before or it can be made the day of. So it's entirely up to you. So that's what we're going to make right now. So currently what we've done is we've melted some butter in about a cup of milk.
Okay.
So what we're actually going to do, and I'm going to ask you to do that for me, is I have a little bit of flour.
All right.
We're going to add the flour to another cup of milk.
Now this of course thickens it right up, right?
You got it.
Now
Yeah.
is there any, sometimes I get lumps, I don't know, is there sort of a way to make sure that that doesn't happen?
So this is a really good cheat if you're wanting to make a white sauce with very few lumps in it. And so that's why we've got some of the milk and the butter started already. You're going to whisk that flour into that milk so it gets most of the lumps out. You're going to pour it in.
So you're saying if the lumps are gone here, you won't have lumps there?
That's right, yes.
I could have sworn I managed that at some point along the way, but maybe not. Okay, all right.
It's much easier than making a roux, and because we're not needing to get some of the extra flavor from a roux, we're getting it from other seasonings and add-ins. We're gonna just do a cheat this way.
Okay, I'm paranoid that, but I'm just for sake of time, I think I'll just add that in there. You think?
Yeah, you go for it.
Here we are.
It doesn't take long. I'm gonna stir while you add. That's great. Okay. And so then basically we want to bring this to a low boil so that it thickens up.
You got to keep stirring it. I'm always
right.
so tempted. I'm going to just quickly run and do some stuff. I always regret that
So
choice.
that is going to take a few minutes. So actually I've already pre-done one here.
Beautiful.
So I have a nice thickened white sauce here. You can see it's got a nice thick texture to it.
And it really smells like,
yeah,
nice,
it smells like a sauce, right? So we're going to add some other seasonings to it to make it smell even better. So we're going to add some salsa.
So you referred to this as a bit of a cheat at one point. So is this kind of like quick, and it's not like you have to add like tomatoes and other spices, although we are going to add some spices in there.
That's right.
Which is a quick blast of flavor.
I think so, because salsa's got all the peppers and stuff in it already.
Right.
Yeah, you can
Good.
add the cheese as well.
Okay.
That's right. And then we have some other seasonings, so some chili powder and some cumin, so you can add those as well.
Nice.
Great. And so unfortunately we don't have smell-o-vision, but this smells absolutely amazing. And this is actually a great sauce if you have some left over, or I would just make this on its own and serve it with nachos. So if you're having like like a nacho night or a movie night, this would be a really good one. So we want all that cheese to melt in there, and it looks like it is almost melted like a cheetah baby. Continue stirring.
I'd be happy to.
And then I'll show you over here, we've set up some tortillas.
Yes.
You can use any kind of tortilla you want, whole wheat, flavored, entirely up to you. This is a large tortilla, to which we're gonna add our already cooked scrambled eggs. So I'm gonna just put some in a line along, I like to put it along the sort of bottom edge here. Everyone has a different sort of style.
Yeah, but my track record here for the rolling of things is not great, but I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, you can't really mess this up too much because it's all going to go into the casserole. and it's all going to get hidden and smothered in our cheese sauce.
That's true. And I
right?
guess the other thing is you don't need to worry about closing it like you would, like a standard, I guess, burrito, because the ends are in the pan and it's all sealed with cheese and cheesy sauce. So
that's right. And when
you're
it's
good
all
to go.
baked, it comes out and it's kind of like a fork and a knife.
Yeah.
A knife meal.
It's almost like a casserole, right? By the time everything's said and done, as opposed to just like a single thing.
That's
okay,
right.
so we're just
rolling
rolling
it up.
See, I was
nothing
gonna fold it
fancy.
over.
Sometimes I like to pinch the ends a little bit when I'm transferring it from the cutting board
Oh,
to
is
the
that
dish.
a hint, Sarah?
Yes. You look like you've done just fine there. That's
Yay.
great. And so then our cheesy enchilada sauce is going to come on top.
Oh yeah, and look at it, it's bubbling away
Oh,
already
wonderful.
here.
That means
Okay.
our cheese is likely very melted.
Okay.
So you can pour that on top. And then we have a number of different garnishes that you can put on top. And so you can see those right here. We have.
Do you want to do this?
No, you just pour it right on top. There's nothing
Pour
to
it right
it.
on
Yeah, just
top.
pour it all over. Yep.
Oh,
so we
lovely.
garnish that with some green onion and some more cheese and some
Okay.
tomatoes. And then, when it's all done, we have
There it is, hey?
the enchilada
Oh,
bake.
spectacular. And I love this because, again, make ahead. And I mean, you can serve a whole bunch of people with this, right? Like, even the relatives that kind of get on your nerves, they're going to love it. But you could also, I mean, the burrito itself, or the enchilada itself, I'm sorry. I mean, you could just, put that in the freezer even. Like, that's kind of a basic thing that you can do. Like, I like it. It's versatile. It's a versatile recipe.
That's right. Yeah, it's versatile and it makes everything for a crowd. And so it's all ready at the same time. So your eggs are always hot, which is really nice, especially when you're making brunch, right?
Exactly. Perfect. Okay, there you go. Fabulous brunch enchiladas here. And not just any old strata when we come back, but a Manitoba strata. We're going to create that when we come back right here in Great Taste of Manitoba.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Enjoy responsibly.